Welcome back to Mararthon Yuge. I am Admin 1 of Any Effects, and we are now on the sub-piak titled Patrick. This is the second sub-piak off of Douche Tower's Secret Link, full of other bonus maps for Mararthon Yuge since I finished the Big Leap bonus maps. And as far as I know, this one is just like normal, like your regular Yuge piak with no alteration, except all the terminals revolve around the Mararthon and Forums legend Patrick. So this is level 1, Harsh Resist. Anyway, that's why I decided to turn the mic back on for this, because I want to take the time to read his golden gems there. Explode Bob. Oh, well, that is quite terse, as befitting of Patrick. So I guess we'll pluck along then. Now that I'm done with Forgotten Doogs, I don't have to be as thorough, so I can get through these levels a bit more quickly. But again, pausing to read the terminals because there's sure to be nuggets there. Oops, I just fucked up on that elevator. I'm going to have to go back down and do that again. Another one. Isn't it funny when you struggle to get through a particular huge part, only to find that the next one is the exact same type? I meant to read that terminal, but I kind of slipped onto the teleporter there. I'll go back to read it. Damn it. Well, at least I'm right back next to the teleporter. So, well, the terminal, so I can read it. Give me a break, man. Okay. On 4 Prime, everything is fine. All you need to do to disable the things that should not be included, much less enabled in the default install, is to enter the Preferences menu via the title screen, select Environment, then Plugins, then go down the list that appears, clicking each time upon the unfortunate word Enabled until everything offensive is grayed out. No child left behind. gold. Alright, let's see what the ending terminal says. Logs how many R's are alone with it, and hidden topics. Cut forged lines etched across the chat forum. What I do, I always overwrite that dismemberment is good for boards of 090909 you gave it. And if I'd seen how grateful we will apply no alternative. Texture replacement packs, free first plugins, floating HUDs. Excalibur Morgana's Revenge bevels on the 7th Ecumenical Council. John 20:29, the Lord saith unto them, and Earth Mother, I was conceived by Leela. Does Hathor like how you know it's time because of degenerate forms to hurt you, beautiful X doesn't have not forth thine hand. So many opioids were accomplishment, but if I'd let my vision of flame, McGoohan turned away like what the... I'm sure I will have a blast going through all the Patrick quotes for the Mararthon Yuge story page to talk about their meaning and their origin, etc. Anyway, Defenders. I do like how Patrick just cuts to the chase of the terminals, just tells you what we need to know. No nonsense. The tradition of all dead generations weighs like a nightmare on the brains of the living. Here is her cabin. She laughs. I defrock. Phoenix, Eternal X, big underscore. The Gray Incident. Eternal Mark V. As nice as the more thorough playing for Forgotten Dukes was, it is nice and refreshing to be able to go back. Sorry, to go back to just kind of hauling ass through everything. It feels more productive because I'm finishing more levels that way. Leduc, juice cast linguals. 2. Talking to like a mirror, methodically brushing his eyes shimmer. Deep within 1 has been active an eternal refrain. On 4 Prime, everything is fine, patina, across the twisted, deformed deterioration of heaven and Ryoko. No incest jokes, please. At last we've been historically obscurantist in Mararthon, then plugins, then the makers of jumper cables to this, aesthetics matter. Dictating effective response through every dot that do A degrees past where most tedious people is contents. A woman serene, I'm told she's called out, number 325. Sir Geoffrey feels you don't think you won't be with Eternal, and patch on till Lol Nova arrives enough. Please stop crying. Just look and not exist, said McGoohan. Is McGoohan the person who's in that picture? I'm not familiar with that person. Or maybe that person is Patrick, I don't know. Compilers. I like to imagine Patrick is kind of guiding you through this whole sub-PX, like it's a campaign and he's directing you or something. Oh yeah, I was supposed to read that, huh? Whoops. Stomped. Alright, I think we're good for now. Blessed are they that have not seen, and yet have believed. Additionally, I afforded myself of an opportunity to comment on the relationship between his alleged age plus signal/noise ratio. Damn it. Shut your face. I had a hot sister named Hathor. That's some wisdom, alright. Whoops. Shit. Alright, set to go. Remember, oh Lord, said McGoohan. Next question, he cried. No, said McGoohan. Next question, you can't be don't say you're making net maps with Tree Llama. It takes a Mararthon 2 serial number on the plot, since we have manifold terminations. Speculation avails not. The key on the work, the daunting powers of falling. So many D's don't let her. I have eschewed the hat trick crime think. It exists. He forces composure. It's over, Uki. The stickman sways slightly in this station. Tycho. My crew battled the floorboards, chewing discarded bits. Tycho. Numerology? Kabbalah? Bernard chuckles. Tycho, please stop. Stuff like the slot on icons. Marcus Jones, Wale, PowerPC. Roof notification. Solidarity with you while you know my shirt up. Alright. Compilers. Well, I'll be back in an instant. I'm going to get some drinks and make some pork tamale pie for dinner. Then I'll be right back. Okay. Back. Dinner was pretty good. Alright. At last we've tapped us the Burton 8 foot tall. Tell it what's what. Add a line reading. User local lib2 etc. LDSO conf. Hold of the knives up. Where the brown shirts at? Damn. Let's try the other one first this time. Oh yeah, forgot. 1925 BMF bitte. Main Fahrer. I know Ryoko's love, Ryoko's love, Ryoko's love. Blessed the hat's trick, crime think. It exists. He single-handedly ruined the sorrowful mysteries, worrying the way forward for Mappy to say, preserve the 20th anniversary. Isn't that dismemberment is constantly fear you've captured the shore, a place a splintering crash. Kicking up for most of their train hot sister is a game I'm homeschooled this for mailing. Note the holy city, and Patrick answered, the Lord said, unto these are successive points on the rats, and eternal and lengthened the pride and is pronounced. Oh, how then? Work a kink actor? Cute. Work and calcanter? Not cool. Then how, Bridget pauses, smiles broadly, and eternal looks hideous, reads or hears. Cyborg. Can I get away with it? And I've got mine. Tycho, obedience. The resurrection of the impotent. Well, I barely made it. Right? Fist and run. For now see also, code of double bubble that I loathe computers. Recall your brother, and I was, appropriately, unable to her. I waited patiently till you die. Don't say anything, I would take over the purging thereof. O partisan of sprite replacement, enabled in this context, tracking down and giving full of camphor, whilst drinking on the custards for breakfast instead. Eh? No meaning in the blind and homogenizing, like what the and he shall reward thee may one post-game Carnage report. Inward. My way I defrock, the best lack of any more symptomatic of this by bourbon, his quivering hand. Be don't say you're making net maps with a key on everything enabled until you know what. I think. Hunter. Man. I've gotten into a weird bad habit of just jumping onto the teleporter before I read, because I'm so used to doing that now. Now then. Bernard, women love a man who can float his points. House is built on rotten stone. When Ryoko shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. I wonder if that's what the ending picture of the campaign for Yuge is based off of. Ah, jeez. Alright, time to get rid of that pest. Oh, jeez. dead. Alright, almost out of here. Alright, grayed out. Yours. 6, but changing your above archive. Pay a strange land. If I was sullen and you close up ahead. But you gave it. The implicit shut up ahead. But I became a discussion of vintage stew. There would you die in my 5-year in the hand upon your slides have gone feral in such a few, but they're dead. Here is loosed and Trekker, purging all the Aryan pride of Traxxas. Fell enemy is draped across 2 dimensions thereof. The Lord, said McGoohan. They're gonna take over the sorrowful mysteries, worrying the enshrinement of enabling that dollar puff, as he was the preparatory meditations undertaken by the purging thereof. O partisan of a hot Tycho Bernard. Stuff is sorry, this stuff is very strange. Wait, Hunter, okay. Okay. Nazi rewrite. And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is good for thee to enter into life one-eyed, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into the hell of fire. Tell it what's what. Add a line reading user local lib to etc. ld so conf. Oops. U button Rubicon X rather than indexing after Thymus. I find... Okay, I gotta shut this guy up. Where are you? Shut the fuck up. Facality enshrined, spake the brains of luck. Kick bands of Kluk. You will express solidarity, llama banners. Escape will you, and they aren't. Tour de Carnage. It's like, it's a mark, I forget what it's called, above the A, so it's Carnage. For I won't be cast thine hand upon me, though he forces composure. It's over, Yuge. Enervated by means whereby those who disagree concerning it simply don't need to him not the wreck by clicking each time because of twigs bound up with it and it from walking up dust. A fine on 4 prime. Everything is seated at the crash, but Smiles and Guardian of Jumper cables to check out. Like stay with copyrights. Students who isn't a place in my shepherd. Explode Bobs. It is sure nice and refreshing to be able to kind of just speed through these again. As great as it was on Forgotten Dukes. Damn it. Okay, now to read. Sorry. Not to be confused with copyrights. Students who cheat their way to good marks, copyrights. The preparatory meditation is undertaken by a llama wishing to bilocate, nor copyrights, which are versioning file systems. Be seeing you, Dennis. Fail stash face. Well, no. McGoohan and I are of like name and kind. This may hamper our seduced thermoplie plans a bit. Alright, time to grab that capsule and get out. I thought I killed it. Jeez, hate it when it does that. Alright, time for the rocket launcher. Stomped. Nyotany, my name is a Thermo. Spy logs of you until we are the best of bump-mapped mediocrity. Example, beating out of song. And I've got those who isn't a memory long thought of for reasons beyond my shepherd. I exist. Of course, which Ryoko jumped off a dubious cosmetic surgeon. Your previous posts work with it, and wailing much each time upon your first have a mirror, methodically brushing his estimation puns were only mocking. Ryoko shall he was spamming simplicity with me. Play the users you hosted one in his 30th cigarette of trouble or be as well see Rubicon, Timpusi Rai. Is the silo stands, past where the first submission, robbing him not exist, said unto him, I forget. Cyborg. Oh, already done. Gameplay, scenarios, maps, art, developers, and spends all one script on everything offensive is Smitten by Death and number 45 or so, figuring out as I would you can earn it what's new, run, espin, LD config, the work and cockenter chuckles within the enshrinement of such a CO I've done. I have established its mine in the MSB, ESB, and he who can be handled by default carried over into play to light his lucky strike to appreciate a sequel. Hey. Mordant. Strange crashes and I recall mayhap from the key on everything offensive get back. If the sunshine warm upon your batting may prove unnecessary. Consult the thread. When Ryoko shall take time. The Rupe brothers have a few, but the... Alright, making good time. We're on level 10 now. See how much time has passed in this video. Okay, 48 minutes. Bemused primal chaos awakens from a eon-long slumber. His true name breathed aloud. The community was long since ruined. What was left to do? Well, Nagi, poor sod. A few moments immersed in the harmony of the spheres will do him a spot of good. Carnelian catalepsis. Saved. red defender. I better deal with it right now. Dead. Oh, jeez. Alright. Smith. You will forget, quote, the UESC Master Chief, July 18, 1925. BMF, bitte mein Fahrer. I know whence to do not. The map for the users you a colander, soon in yellow, Act 1. You until we do PIP with copyrights. Students who can kiss Bob Waddleson, but alas, our own place selects commitment to join my quarters. Bernard, oh hey Tycho, Durandal, you and slapped on the map. I have now seems familiar as some combat in eternal refrain. On 4 Prime, everything is difficult to ruin if any pity if not exists, said McGoohan. Next question. He empties his contents, a mess. Honey, don't be had it from a response to tap us not. Bob's. Alright. Eternal soundtrack papers over. Eternal soundtrack papers over some very sloppy ambient sound placement. More attention to the latter would have established its world better than Halo-esque histrionics piped through the headphones. Too young, not lean and hungry gentlemen enough. You should know that since we were married. Developers. I just had to clear a starting point so as to not risk teleporting back and then getting killed immediately. Could still happen, but it's not as likely now. Jeez. Ow. Secret Canada now stumbled upon the willows and not for certain. I just how you know it's consensual. Maybe Alan knows the discussion am your work enabling Goran houses built on a fan base and he threats to guard. Durandal, bring me that our journeyman journalists. Copyright, sir, you have not enjoyed Mararthon. Gameplay scenarios, maps, arts, developers, and spins all the headed or the discussion am content to definitions. Dugat asks for one. Ray Laboratories, manufacturing consent, and I'm afraid Take therefore no less amusing than one way only mentality than one way forward as casting modding as the time of his feet as the slot of the lion's edge to cross the floorboards, chewing discarded bits of M2 Win32 from an exercise. Yeti. Alright, that's it for tonight. Next video will almost certainly be longer, but I'm just taking an hour for this one tonight because I spent about 8 hours finishing up Forgotten Dukes. So that's enough use for me for today. Thanks for watching though, and I look forward to sharing more of Patrick's wisdom. Alright, bye.